Hello there.
The name's Ben Kenobi. We're talking Obi-Wan, episode 1 and 2 today. It was pretty cool for them to drop up 2 episodes off.
Yeah, I appreciate
They haven't
that.
done that for Disney Plus yet, and that was nice because episode 1 was nothing but setup.
Yep. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. How do you feel about the episode so far, Jeff?
They're okay. They're okay. I think as far as acting, the acting is good. I think the only issues I have is with the villains. They just so far haven't really seemed all that intimidating.
Yeah, I find it really interesting that this is what they've decided to do with the villains because we know that, like, with you said you watch playthroughs of Jedi Fallen Order, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we know that the fifth brother, the second sister, and the Grand Inquisitor both all show up in Rebels, which takes place after Obi-Wan, but they also all take place during Jedi Fallen Order, which takes place after Rebels. And it's just very interesting because, like, you kill off the Grand Inquisitor in the second episode.
Yeah.
Which doesn't sound right. And then the second sister is trying to take control, which doesn't really fit her character from other shows and from other content. That being said, love the actress who plays her. She's not written well, which is why it's not performing well, in my opinion. Like, the actor is doing the job. It's not written well.
I was just saying, I just remember when she heard the gunfire and she's running over to where Kenobi is, and then she just does that random flip, and I was like, well, that was completely unnecessary.
Yeah, cool little action sequence, but not necessary. And
But
I don't know. Yeah.
I wanted to like her. I was liking her for a bit, but then, like, after a certain point, I was just like, what are you doing? What is happening between her and the Grand Inquisitor? I was like, what are y'all even going through?
It's also really surprising that we haven't gotten Obi-Wan to swing his lightsaber really at all.
I was expecting a lightsaber duel. Very sad I didn't get one. But
yeah, but I think it's better storytelling. I think it's actually, like, Obi-Wan is so hesitant to be a Jedi and to pick up that lightsaber again because he is on the hunt. He is being hunted. He is on the run. Like, he's not used it. The last time he used it, he cut up his best friend and thought he was dead.
I think, yeah, I'm for it. In terms of that, I'm for it. It's a little sad because I like lightsaber duels, but
I think it's better life.
It makes sense.
I think it's better storytelling, and when we do get a lightsaber duel this season, which we're going to, probably towards the end, it'll be really, really impactful.
I do like the interaction, the dialogue between Owen and Ben. I thought that was a very good scene, very strong. I'm enjoying little Leia just frying up every single person she talks to.
The people who are complaining about little baby Leia saying the things that she's saying obviously don't understand Leia's story or character, because she sounds exactly like Leia would have sounded as a 8-year-old.
10.
Yeah. Just being like the scene where no, she doesn't. She looks 8 to me, but maybe I'm just getting really old. That scene where she's talking to her cousin, and her cousin's like, you shouldn't speak to lower life forms like that. And she's like, well, then I guess I shouldn't speak to you. That was the most Leia line I had ever heard. Like, Leia, the original Star Wars crew was nothing but sass.
Hey, I'm all for people getting cooked up, so it works in my favor, either or.
I am totally down for the sass, especially because this is an Obi-Wan show. I expect it, because that is the sassiest mother to ever go through the galaxy.
I enjoy the spaceship bit.
Honestly, one of my favorite little details from this show is the logo so far. The second eye being his lightsaber is just really fucking well done. But I think it's also pointing towards how we're not going to get a lightsaber duel for a long time, because right now the lightsaber is the secondary while the blaster's the primary. And we also saw him struggling with his force powers in these first 2 episodes. So it makes sense that he wouldn't necessarily want to use his lightsaber, because he's not feeling as in tune with the force as he should be.
He's conflicted with the force. And what's that guy's name? He was in everything. No, apparently he was in Eternals.
Which guy?
The fake Jedi.
Oh, uh, uh, Kumal Nanjiani.
That was a cool little cameo.
Yeah, I really enjoyed his character too.
Yeah, no, he was fun. He
He was
said,
funny. He
"I
had
am
like
the
some
Jedi."
depth. He had
It
some
was just
depth. It
weird
was
for
it was well
me.
done.
It was weird for me with how quick Rivas is to like kill people, but she didn't kill him, even though like he's like intentionally getting in her way.
Yeah, she's. I think she's quick to kill people when it comes to trying to hunt down a Jedi, but when it comes to like, I'm actually hunting him. I don't need to know where he is anymore. I don't care about you. Just get out the way, kind of attitude. But it didn't make sense for her to just not cut him down.
Yeah, because like she's just like out the way after I read your mind. I'm like, really? Okay, okay. But it was cool. I just want to know why she wants Kenobi so bad. I'm gonna assume it's to gain favor with Vader, but at the same time,
Yeah,
it almost seems personal with how she's handling it.
I think it's ambition. I think it's that like she
Just some
probably
ambition.
feels she's super ambitious, probably feels held back, like she hasn't been given the opportunity to be the greatest person there, which is who she thinks she is. And Kenobi is the guarantee spot to get that title from Vader. Um, as usual with prequels, it feels kind of weird because we know where this ends. Like we never have to worry about Leia or Obi-Wan's safety.
Yeah,
We know Obi-Wan gets reattuned with the Force and starts using his lightsaber again. And we know that the Inquisitors all die by somebody hands that isn't Obi-Wan, most likely Cal Kestis. As long as the Fallen Order games are canon.
could be Vader who kills them all. Who knows?
Yeah, especially because we know that Vader does not handle failure well. So I do find it a very interesting storyline, though, that they're doing this whole like hunting down Jedi's during this time because this is before Rebels, and in Rebels they go after children who are attuned with the Force and are Force sensitive and try to recruit them or kill them. And in this one, it's just going after adult Jedi that are left over, which seems a little weird. You think that they would do both? There's like 9 of them. They don't all need to be. They don't need a third of their forces in the same place at the same time. That seems kind of silly. So, but I'm excited for the next episode.
Yeah. All in all, I'm enjoying the series.
Yeah,
A lot more than Halo. So
yeah, and
I
we know
just
that
hope.
they're getting rid of these minor villains so that we can get Vader in because we know Hayden Christensen is attached to the project. Like we know this is happening.
Yeah, I'm sure they're saving all the best villain moments for him rather than these Inquisitors. Because, like I said, I think the only issue I had with the series is that they just didn't really come off as intimidating whatsoever. More quirky, I guess, than
Yeah,
intimidating.
I think the most intimidating scene was that scene in the establishing scene where they're finding the Jedi in the saloon.
Yeah, that was probably their most intense moment. But other than that, it was just regular schmegular stuff.
Yeah, it was fun, but it was I'm excited to see where this series goes once we start getting Vader.
Yes.
Especially because I'm excited to see where Vader is only 10 years later. But
And then
also, one thing that's kind of bothering me is we know Luke is 19 at the start of the original trilogy. Obi-Wan is supposed to age that much in 9 years. What the does he go through?
yeah, that's that stress, that Jedi stress.
That's the
That's the
stress and
only
the two
explanation.
suns making your body, I guess.
Yeah.
But that's really it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
Any
that's all there really is to say about the show. There, minus like a bunch of cool things, a few cameos. Like I'm glad that they're using I forgot his name, but the actor who plays Boba Fett. I'm glad they're using him as the
the clones?
clone.
Yeah,
Uh, That was cool
It's
cameo.
it was cool to see the clone, like that the clones are still alive and a lot of them are just homeless veterans now. Like that's a cool little tidbit that I didn't expect. Especially because most clones did Order 66 and were brainwashed and all that. So I thought that the Empire would have just gotten rid of them. They like, your service is over, go kill yourself type of thing. But I guess they didn't. But that's just because I expect the worst from the Empire.
Yeah, I mean, as expected, they are the villains.
Yeah. So I'm still just in love with the Inquisitor blades.
They are cool.
Yeah.
They're very
Like
cool.
they all have dual wield spinny blades. It's dope. Seems really impractical though.
And practicality is the name of sci-fi.
Impracticality is the name of the Sith.
Yes. Hence why you still have stormtroopers who can't hit anything.
Yeah, they actually make fun of that in Rebels.
Yeah.
With the clones, with I forget which clone it is, but he puts on the helmet and he's like, I can't see anything in this thing, and it's designed after the Clone War helmet, so you'd think he would be able to because he'd be used to it, but he's like, no, these are garbage the entire time, and he's like, the armor's garbage, the helmet's garbage. Why did they do this? So yeah, I guess that's really all I got to say. Excited for the next one. I don't know what I'm expecting from the next one besides Vader. I think Vader's going to show up in episode 3.
Yeah, that's what. Either that, maybe a little more closure on the Leia Obi-Wan story. Maybe a time skip. Maybe.
I almost feel like Leia's going to be around for the whole season, which I don't like.
I hope not. I don't want like. I'm happy that she knows of him, and I'm happy they established how because of how it was in the original movie. But I hope they don't like make too much of a relationship between the two because it just seems kind of unnecessary.
Yeah, it also just seems like after all of this, it seems kind of weird how little she talks about him in the original series.
Exactly.
Because
Yeah.
like,
Which again, like you said, that's the issue with prequels is that we already know how everything is later on. So
yeah, it just raises some questions into why they're doing some things a certain way and what the point of certain storylines is. Like, did we need Leia to be kidnapped? Probably not. They probably could have gone after a different person.
literally anyone.
Yeah, they could have gone after like a Padawan who survived and or something. Because we know Obi-Wan
He gone
like
after Grogu.
yeah, yeah. Actually, he's 100 years old by the time Mandalorian happens.
Yeah.
Although we would have known how that goes too, but like capitalizing. I'm a little surprised we didn't get like more Yoda voiceover. Oh, I also wanted to say that the intro like recap that they did of the prequel trilogy was better than any of the prequel movies and was quite possibly one of the best like bits of Star Wars I had seen.
Yeah, it was actually very good. Very well
Yeah,
done. I appreciated it.
that editing job was A plus. Like,
They said we got to make sure it looks good. Come on.
yeah, because it's kind of awful. That being said, I have seen some edits of the prequel trilogy put together in certain ways that makes it a better like one movie than
Then
any of
three.
the three. Yeah. Like there's a YouTube collection of YouTube films that ends up being like 2 hours long. That is all of the important parts edited well, and it makes for a better movie than the original series.
Yeah,
Than
well,
any of
I
the
didn't see
original
that.
series.
I didn't see that.
But that makes sense when you spend 45 minutes on pod racing alone.
Yeah. I mean, episode 3 was still cool, I guess.
Yeah. Episode 3 was probably one of the better ones because episode 1 was setting up the whole trilogy with Anakin being a kid, so it's kind of awful. And then the second one is like trying to get you caught up to where you are now. Although it does have the two of the coolest scenes in the prequel trilogy are in the second one with the shapeshifter chase in Coruscant, and then the Jango Fett Obi-Wan interaction. I believe is in the second one as well. But yeah, That's really all I got.
Yeah, that's all I gotta say. Like I said, it's the beginning of the season. Nothing crazy or jaw dropping has happened yet. It's progressing about as fast as I expected. You know,
Yeah.
so there's not much to really say on the matter.
What would you like to see from this?
Maybe a Vader Kenobi lightsaber duel. Just wanted to kind of reiterate that Kenobi at this point is at least still the superior duelist. It would be kind of cool.
Or maybe he's not, but he's able to escape. That would also be cool. Because like Obi-Wan was the superior fighter even when he died, but I think he knew that it was such a slim chance of like his body being able to keep up that he was just like, it's done.
Right.
Which is crazy because we all know how good of a fighter Anakin is.
Yeah.
Like
he's like almost unmatched.
Yeah.
Minus Kenobi.
And Ahsoka, probably.
It's hard to defeat the high ground.
Yeah.
Didn't they like reiterate that somewhere in the episode?
I mean, he took the high ground when fighting on the rooftops a lot, but also the rooftop scene shows how out of touch he is with his force powers. But yeah, I guess that's it. Follow, subscribe at Mightiest Woman on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. Our other podcast mate is Haxley GV everywhere, and Geoff is
Geoff.
Yeah.
Now smash that like button. I heard that gets you more likes if you say that.
Really, I always find it annoying when people are like, smash that like button and hit that subscribe and hit the little bell notification if you want to get every video when it comes out.
But at some point, you do smash that like button.
Do you?
Maybe.
I never do.
Sometimes.
I don't hit dislike either, unless it's really bad.
I don't think I've ever hit dislike on a YouTube video.
I don't think I've actually hit either.
I think I just like, oh, this kind of shit, and then I leave.
Yeah. Or I'm like, oh, this is kind of content that I like. Let me subscribe, and that's it. I don't like. Or
that's what I say. It's like, yeah, I just subscribe. I don't really like.
Yeah. So, I guess subscribe or like or dislike. Do what you want.
Don't dislike. Why would you dislike? What's not to like?
I don't know.
Hello there.
Maybe you're a really big fan of the prequels.
These prequels are not. I don't know. I don't know what my mind trick was going to be. The prequels are not as good as you thought they were.
All right. We'll see y'all later.